Hey Lightweights, here's what you can expect from today's episode of Mass Effect. You have a death wish? You should keep sesame! Last person who did that got it! You pooper trooper! That body was just rolling! Did you see it? So, we're gonna finish off Spectre training. For Liara. Let's do increased singularity. And for Garrus, we will add to his tactical armor. We got one more for assault rifles, might as well do that. And then we'll do his armor. Okay, and then what were we doing again? We have to go to the hot labs. Which I think I needed to go back. Oh, there's like a lot down here. Okay, well, let's just explore a little bit. Because there's more here than I realized. Okay, or we can get stuck on the stairs. That seems like a good plan too. Oh, let's see. I think this was his office. Is there anything we can interact with here? No. Should I talk to these people and see what they have to say?
Where did they come from? Were they in the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
Alright, maybe the people that have actual names.
What?
Oh.
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend? Because I do not know anything about the Matriarch. Then why would I?
Wow. Damn.
You're a member of the science teams.
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Yeah, that's a bit technical for me.
I am very good at tracking inherited variations in genetic sequences. I'm sure you would find it quite dull.
I don't know why you need to give me an attitude.
You seem less upset about this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Ialis from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
Did I interrupt something?
I was meditating. I suppose to a species as brash as yours, it would appear to be inattention.
Okay then, bye.
Sorry, I'll leave.
Just trying to learn what's going on here.
My meditations.
What? No! Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Is there something you need?
Oops. Sorry.
I'm looking for an Asari.
Sorry. Well, there's Dr. Ialis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain.
Ooh.
None of us have had enough sleep since the attack. Of course, not all of us have guns.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
I feel like he knows what's going down.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
There was an accident here?
I can't talk about what happened. Not here. Too public. Talk to Dr. Cohen in the medical ward. He was the project lead.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
There's a lot of people are hiding stuff here. To the medical bay. Very suspicious.
I know you'd have a cure by now. What do you want?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
You should discuss it with me, please.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets.
They don't, sir.
You know
They
Mira,
don't.
the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed.
Yikes.
These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature, but there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
It doesn't matter how safe you make it. Biological weapons are illegal.
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
Oh.
There's a reason the Citadel conventions forbid bioweapons, Doctor.
I didn't expect you'd understand. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
I'll talk to him.
I can be
Maybe
pretty
can convince him
persuasive.
to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
What will it take to get the cure for these people?
The quarantine labs are near the science team's quarters. Once you're in there, look for our notes. It should just be a matter of following our processes.
How's the science team holding up?
Better than Ventralis' guards. They've been on alert since the first attack. I've been administering stims at their request. But every species needs to sleep. They're getting twitchy, irrational.
They're gonna start going crazy soon.
Are you the doctor here?
I'm our doctor, but not the doctor. My specialty is microbiology, not first aid. We had a medic, Dr. Sala, but we lost him. The automatics can handle basic treatment. Mira runs them.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Okay. I was having a hard time focusing. Okay. Ventralis. Okay, and then where would he be? I'm sure he just told me. Oh, that was the, okay, that's the first guy we talked to. So we gotta go out and around. Oh, I missed you. Hi.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
I know I said this before, but I love how they're just literally so plain and straight with what they're feeling before what they say.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively, I am concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
I don't really need to look at that. I wasn't gonna buy anything, but I wanted to see what he had to say, so. Okay, this way, I think. For some reason, it's not talking when I try to talk.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
When I try to talk to them.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra metagel.
Yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
The goodbyes are always so awkward. Okay, where was that one? The secure lab, right? So I just basically have to go straight through. I feel bad for waking that one doctor up.
Warning, Watchdog protocol is active.
Is this where I'm supposed to be going? I feel like they're gonna shoot me. Wait, what? This is not where I was supposed to be. This is not where I was supposed to be. Abort! Abort!
Watchdog protocol is active.
Got a smoke? We're all out.
Where am I supposed to go? Oh, the quarantine lab. Oh, shit. Well, that was still pretty exciting. I'm glad I had the foresight to save, or that would have been real bad. Real bad. I do have a feeling that we're gonna need to go in there at some point, though.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
What are the Rachni? How do you know about
Where
them?
did they come from?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane.
What is going on in these labs?
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
Okay, I think we already have access,
I heard
right?
you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon.
Ugh.
I closed the door. I killed her.
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
Sensitive in that our biotic abilities are stronger against
I'll
them?
be leaving now.
Or sensitive in that they, like, attack biotics? You two are rude.
How can you tell jokes? So this hydrogen atom says to another hydrogen, I lost my electron. I've heard this one. And the other hydrogen says, man, are you sure? I'm positive.
Okay, where am I going? Quarantine lab. So I don't want to go down there. I want to go to the right.
You're not part of the crew.
I have Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out.
Okay.
You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
You have a death wish? You should keep sesame! Last person who did that got it! Got it good. We've isolated 4 chemicals that can be combined to counteract the toxin. They must be mixed in precise quantities. As each chemical is poured, the equipment will mark the minimum and maximum amount that will work. Too little or too much will spoil the result. If they make me do this... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, that wasn't bad. I was picturing like one of those puzzles where you've got the water with the vials and you have to get it. I'm so bad at those. I'm so bad at those. My brain does not. Wait, did I mess up? Oh, fuck. Oh, I hit B as for cancel. Oh, got it. I thought I had the option of what to press, X or B. Oh, that one was
Your mission
tricky.
ends here, Shepard.
Ambush.
I knew she was sketchy.
What happened to Ventralis' man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Wait, why are there two of her? Oh, that was just an Asari commando. I thought she was like replicating herself. I was like, wait, how'd you do that? I want that ability. Well, okay. I hope the gear's saved. That looks like a frickin' prison. Excuse me! Excuse me! The scientists didn't know that she fucking killed this guy? They're just still telling jokes. Han Olar's literally watching. Literally watching.
They came out of there.
You mean the inorganics the Asari had with her?
Benezia brought them with her.
Wait, did I ask about Benezia?
Could Matriarch Benezia survive
I
in the
did.
hot labs?
It's possible.
See,
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
The things that they actually say don't always match like the word description to choose sometimes in my head, so I remember it when I actually click into it, but then I'm like, wait, I didn't ask about Benezia, but because they were talking about her survival, not like where she was. They came out of where? Okay, so I need to get that. Let's go turn this back into Cohen first in the infirmary. Wait. I'm so turned around. Okay. I think I need to take the elevator. Right? I love how that guard would have tried, like, if Cohen, no, if shit, never mind. That guard was gonna try to stop us if he didn't have, oh my god, I give up. I give up. Oh man. He was gonna try to stop a Spectre, but he was just taken down by an Asari scientist. Pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. And nobody did a thing about it. They just let her do it.
Is that the cure? You did it?
That Asari scientist, the one in the mess hall? She just tried to kill us.
Alestia? That's unbelievable. I don't know much about her. She arrived a month ago. One of the shareholders pulled strings to get her here.
Let me guess. Saren the Spectre.
Yes. I think that was the name. I don't pay attention to the other research teams. Look. The guards. They've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there. Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough that... Oh, God, what a cliché. You saved their lives, do you know that?
Could you spare a few medical packs? They're worth their weight in gold up here.
You didn't get these from me. Ventralis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
Oh, I didn't even need those, but taking them away from people who did need them was the paragon option, so I did it. Seems pretty renegade-y to me. All right, so now we can go to where I was and go to the maintenance. And then hopefully get up to that one area that was locked off that I went to on accident earlier from maintenance. I do love the little direction arrows. They are very nice. This is pretty cool. What are we in, like glacier, or is this just icy ground? Rachni soldier. Fuck. Fuck. What are you doing here? Well done, team. Well done. I'm not seeing anything bright on the minimap, but that doesn't really mean much since they can pop out of the freaking vents. I'm just so freaking paranoid I'm gonna die. So paranoid. Elevator to the restricted area. What are all these? Science station, hot labs. Oh, I can get everywhere down here. Okay, we're gonna start with the elevator to the restricted area, because I'm pretty sure that's probably what I need. Oops, what I need for... You have an unguarded back door into the sealed rift station. The guards are not alerted to your presence. Yeah, and that was where we were... Yeah, okay. Let's go do this one first.
Warning, Watchdog protocol is active.
But you don't know I'm here. There's no Watchdog protocol. There's nothing to watch. I am invisible. Nobody knows. Why does she caress herself every time we're on an elevator? Girl, this is not the time or the place. Oh, fuck. Hi, people. Hi, 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 hi. Please go away. Woo! Okay, this is good cover. Wait, why did that work? doesn't feel like it was any better than just going in through the front doors. Shit. I don't want to go down there. I'm gonna get exploded. Bye. What does this do again? Allows you to immediately restore your squad members to fighting after they've been knocked out of combat. Oh, right, okay. Recharges all talents. Why'd I say it like that? Talents! Restores a portion of your shields. Human interface. Okay. Okay. Lee! Got nothing. Maybe Carnage. Let's use Carnage. Fuck! Only I could whiff with a frickin' shotgun. Oh, fuck! Ah! This is not where I needed to go. You mean to tell me? Well, shit. I hope they didn't need those guards for defense, because there's nobody left. Okay, so where am I supposed to be investigating then? I thought for sure I was supposed to go up there. Oh. Well.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother. There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
She's not even batting an eye that her daughter's there and she hasn't seen her daughter in however long.
Liara's here because she wants to be, not because I asked her to.
Indeed. What have you told her about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
I can't believe you'd kill your own daughter.
I now realize I should have been stricter with her.
I mean, we just killed a couple of you, so I'm not too worried. Maybe I should be. Oops. Why didn't that work? Why am I stuck in this box? Holy shit. Where are you? They're like some of the easiest people we fought, not gonna lie. They're way easier than the Geth. I like this music, it's funky. Whoa! Sound like Crash Bandicoot there. Take that! Oh, are they immune to my bionic abilities? Is that the oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Like not stand in front of my gun fire, please? Like that'd be real cool. That'd be so cool! If you could not do that. Why? Okay, I'm stuck on a box again. Stuck on a box. There. Oh fuck. No snipey! Should I actually be attacking her too? Like I haven't actually done anything to her. Oh, she's getting tired. She's getting tired. Oh, good. Okay, so I'm not supposed to be attacking her. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah! Oh, that works. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. We're surrounded! Okay. Oh, I can take shield on your shield. Cover on your shield. I'm just going in guns blazing. Not a care in the freaking world. Take that! I don't like when they run at me. It scares me. Ah, bitch. I'm coming for you soon. That's what he said. Take those abilities. You get troopers. You pooper trooper. Come out and play! Guys, I did so well!
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
She's been like indoctrinated into a cult.
The Rachni didn't cooperate with you. Why should I?
Our eyes are evil right now.
I will not betray him. You will. You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
So she really was brainwashed into a cult.
Why are you able to break free of his control now?
I sealed a part of my mind away from the indoctrination, saving it for a moment when I could help destroy him. It will not last long.
So you could turn on me again?
Yes, but it would not be my will, Shepard. People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
I apologize for the lawn mowing at the worst times ever.
Sovereign's not like other ships. Where did it come from?
I cannot say. The Geth did not build it. Its technology is far more advanced than that of any known species. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How do you lose a relay?
Something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay. It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
Someone on Novaria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers.
That's cool.
I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
How did the Rachni find it?
They searched patiently. They are territorial creatures, driven to close any possible way into their systems.
Why does Saren need the new relay?
He believes it will lead him to the conduit. I would tell you more if I could, but Saren did not share his counsel with me. I was merely a servant to his cause.
You can still make it right. Give me the information.
I was not myself, but I should have been stronger. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's coordinates is not enough. Do you know where he planned to go from there?
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination. But you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should.
Mother! Don't leave! Fight him!
You've always made me proud, Liara. Die!
Fuck! Okay, turn that on first. Get down. Oh my god. That does work when it actually hits the target.
You will have to stop him, Shepard.
Why are my eyeballs evil? It's like the renegade starts to come out and then she's like, no, paragon.
Hold on. We've got Metagel. Maybe we can...
No. He is still in my mind. I am not entirely myself. I never will be again.
Mother!
Good night, Big Wing. I will see you again with the dawn. No light. They always said there would be a...
Can I kill this thing? That body was just rolling. Did you see it? Oh, because she's alive. I thought she was just rolling around as a dead body. She's a zombie? What the hell?
This one serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
Musics? What?
Your way of communicating is strange. Flat. It does not color the air. When we speak, one moves all. We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
I don't understand. Why are your children killing people?
Shepard, are we stupid?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us.
Needlemen, I love it.
To turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
I understand. A child left alone in a closet until she is 16 would not be sane.
That's true.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
Well, now that I know that they're not just bugs and they're like...
We're a threat to the galaxy. Those tanks are filled with acid. If she gets out of hand, they dissolve her.
They made a mistake. They let the Krogan go too far. This is a chance for us to atone. She has done nothing to us.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
Well, fuck! Okay, so I thought they were bugs, and when they're bugs, I'm just gonna kill you. I got no time for bugs, you're gross, you're icky. But now that I know that they're like an intelligent being, she was kidnapped against her will. She's saying like, listen, I kill those kids, I know they're bad. I'm not bad, those are bad, kill them. So I feel like I should release her.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No, I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place to teach our children harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
Are you a survivor from the war? A clone?
We do not know. We were only an egg, hearing Mother cry in our dreams. A tone from space hushed one voice after another. It forced the singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note.
That's interesting.
Then we awoke in this place. The last echo of those who came out from the singing planet. The sky is silent.
So it almost seems like they were brainwashed too.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
Don't get shot on your way out. All right, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Matriarch Benezia is dead. She gave you the location of the Mu relay, but did not know where Saren planned to go after activating it. So we still have to deal with the hot labs. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I could get there from here. It was one of these elevators. Yes. So I'm gonna take a right out of the secure lab, go down the hallway, and there should be an elevator there. Perfect. And I also have some points. Okay, so we did all the spec training. Good. Did all the charm. So I only have one more in shotguns. I might as well use that. And let's do... Fuck. Okay. Melee damage, weapon damage, adrenaline burst ability. Further increases the radius and duration of singularity and allows you to use it more often. That sounds good to me. To the hot labs! Nope. Let's go kill some Rachni. I'm really glad, I don't know if I actually had a choice. I just happened to pick her anyways, but I'm really glad I brought Liara on this because that was cool seeing their interactions. I wonder if it would have forced me to bring her anyways. Because I feel like that's kind of important to have that interaction there. Dude, what are you doing?
Are you here to secure the situation?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship. Thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone. Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
this conversation doesn't make sense after I just had the last conversation. Did I do this out of order? Because we know we can't save them.
This is fascinating, but we don't have time to chat.
These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation, kills everything within the station. Things beyond get genetic damage of varying degree.
Once the purge is armed, we'll have to fight our way out. Give us a minute to patch up and rearm.
Sure, sure. I wait here. I am not so much good for searching now, yes? Mother always say I would meet a bad end.
Turians don't like the cold, Shepard. Did I ever mention that?
Are you saying I shouldn't have brought you?
I like this place. Too many dark secrets.
Okay, so do I need to talk to him to do it?
I'm feeling not so well.
Okay.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will get near and destroy.
Mira? Help, please. Don't like these bugs.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Mumble something.
Who would have the code?
Director of Operations Yaroslav Tartakovsky, or any executive officer of Binary Helix.
We're moving on.
Logging you out, Commander.
Okay, so who can I talk to for that? From an administrator? Who was an administrator? Oh, I can interact with his body. Okay, perfect. Didn't realize he was gonna have them written on him. Thought we were gonna have to find somebody else. Liara's like, okay, I'll just stay here, I guess.
Online. How can I help you?
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Code input 875020079. Code Omega local execution.
She memorized that fast.
Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Does that mean we need to run now? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I don't like when I have to run. It stresses me out. Oh, no. Did I get you? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! No! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? Where? Why can't I? Why are there so many of you? What if I just run around? What if I just run through you? Nope. Nope. Will I die if I just stay here? Do I need to be out of here in a minute and 45 seconds? Is that what that's saying? Okay, nope, can't do this! I don't think I should be in here in 2 minutes, but I also don't know how to survive. You two have no health, why not? What's going on here? So the frickin' acid makes it through my shields! What's the point of having shields? What if I throw a bomb? Fire in the hole! Shiitake mushroom.
Get down!
Ah! I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh god, this is not good. This is not good at all. So shields do nothing. My team's starting off with no health. This is just great. What if I do this instead? Am I even doing any damage? Oh my god! They got flinging babies over here. This is just such a bad idea. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Why are you charging at me? Oh my god, we only have 48 seconds. Go, go, go! Okay, I thought all those red dots on the minimap, I thought all of those were in that room when I was like, should I just stay here? I was like, I can't fight all those! Are they dead? Are we good? You defeated the Matriarch and eliminated the Rachni in the hot labs. Depart your station via the passenger tram that you arrived in. Okay. Good riddance. This way. Oh, okay. I get where we are now. Bye-bye, creepy dead space base. Although, there's still more to the base on the other side. Shit. Oh, thank God.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
Ashley! Do not sass my girl.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
It's not okay.
Look, this is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch it through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done?
I did do that.
How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
Not my problem.
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Oh, that was an abrupt cutoff. Okay. Let's go talk to our crew, see what they have to say. I want to go around this way.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Okay, thank you.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Goodbye.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Okay,
Goodbye,
so she doesn't have anything new to say. I wonder if everybody on my squad has something new to say, or if only she did because she was with me.
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Personal crap, not interested.
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
That's not the appropriate way to address your commanding officer, Lieutenant.
Oh my god, the flirting!
Sorry, maybe I got a bad signal. And if you're maybe there's someone else you'd rather confide in. Ma'am.
All right, Alenko. Off the record, permission to speak candidly, cross my heart and hope to die. What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's, interested in you as more than a source of alien data. She's a very interesting lady. To my, tastes, but, I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
You seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't want to take up your personal time.
I don't want to say it's not like that, because it kind of is, but like, I don't know, I'll flirt with all of you. Like, what?
Look, you didn't want to talk about Liara, did you? What's your real issue?
You're right. Sorry. It wasn't, Liara's...
He's so flustered.
I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
Talk to me, Caden. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
Just a little black rain cloud, of course.
You know the records about the biotic trading out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died.
Oh my god.
The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
What corners am I cutting?
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long as I have without coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
I don't need you.
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
How does... Oh, no. Can I have multiple romantic partners, or can I only have one?
Now isn't the ideal time. But I want to talk about this, Caden.
That seems like a safe answer.
I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
Codex, Caden has a massive crush on you. Oh, lordy. This ship is about to get real awkward real fast.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question.
I think I already did this.
Go. So long, Garrus.
That wasn't new, I don't think.
Goodbye, Commander.
He was like, oh, okay.
Commander?
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
I don't want any chance of romantic relationship with her. I don't like it. I don't like Ashley.
We've got Sarah on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Hell yes with that confidence, Shepard.
He's rotten. To the core.
Okay, I didn't mean good like that.
I could tell as soon as I met him.
What do you know,
Why
Sarah?
didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching.
Was he looking for...
A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
Wow.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Holy shit.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Oh my god.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
That's a good question. I hate when it's quiet when I'm sleeping.
Silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Aww.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
So is she in the second game then?
I should go.
See you later.
Alright, now I feel bad. I feel like I need to go talk to Ashley. Although I didn't have any new dialogue options with her, I don't think. Fuck. Ugh, double check.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Commander. They proved that 2,000 years ago. I think it was a mistake to let them go. But that wasn't my call to make. It was yours. You know, you really should talk to T'Soni about her mom. She has to be hurting.
I already did.
Just saying, Commander.
You were such a freaking bitch to her! And then you're like, oh, you should really go talk to her. She's probably hurting. Two-faced.
Do you have a few minutes to talk?
I was just watching some mail from home.
Oops.
Oh, before I go, we saw Hayden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone.
Yeah, he's sweet on me!
You come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Yes, charming.
I was an only child, but I get the idea. At least one of my parents was always on duty.
Yeah, military families, eh? With schedules like that, it's a wonder we ever have kids anymore. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left.
Good for
Didn't have a
her.
scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy.
Sounds like high school.
I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
Bored now.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home.
Oh, damn.
Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter, only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez.
Did not expect this conversation to go here.
If you looked out the window, how can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
All right, guys, I am going to stop there. So, really cool plot twist about Benezia. I definitely didn't, until like right before she started talking, I didn't expect her to actually be a good person, good alien, whatever, you know, I'm just gonna say person. A good person. I kind of just thought she was evil from the get-go. And then as soon as she said like the whole brainwashing thing, I was like, okay, I can kind of see that. That makes sense. So it was kind of a cool little plot twist that I didn't expect. Also, the Rachni were really cool. I like how there was almost different versions of them. Like the ones that were taken from their mother were not the same as the sentient ones, which I thought was really cool. And again, adds another level of like, what do I do in this situation? This game is great at that. Always making it difficult to tell what the right and wrong decision are. But I'm really happy with the choices that I make. made. And I'm glad that I took some time to talk to everybody again, because there was some pretty cool insights into things, especially with Rex with Saren. That was pretty cool. And yeah, I just like how you can get some more information after the missions. I also like how after each main mission we have the little team debrief. But I'm definitely excited to keep playing and see what happens and where the story goes. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell button when you do so that you know when I post future videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have an amazing day.